Do you like basketball? Basketball 농구? I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League Fuck. God damn it. Damn it. I'm so stupid. Shit. Fuck. I ruined it. Whatever.
Hey, you should probably put down the stupid juice before you do the podcast intro. You should probably not take the misspeaking pills before the podcast intro.
I can't put down the cup. I can't put down the cup. I can't put down the cup. I saw that video of that guy. He has like a lyric.
I feel bad. You know how old he is?
How old?
Guess.
Well, I mean, the phrasing of the question, you're making it sound like he's 23.
He's 24.
Oh, my God. That's insane.
Get that guy some Ozempic. Come on.
Oh. Whoa. Your cookies are done. Your girly cookies. You dumb girly baking.
My emergency alarm.
Let me plug my damn computer in. What I was going to say, there's another clip going around. So first of all, that guy has a song where he says the F slur, and then it like cuts to like, it's like a music video, and it cuts to him in like CG, like a computer model of him like falling through the sky in his like giant.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But also there's like a clip from like a TLC show, and it's not of him, but it's of like another very obese guy who's like, my favorite part of the day is when the ice cream man shows up. That's my exercise for the day. Walking outside to meet the ice cream man. And so it's like, it's this guy in like a van who is just completely enabling this guy who is destroying his life with unhealthy food. So this obese guy like is sitting on the porch, and he's like, let me get 2 strawberry shortcakes and 4 sodas and 3 ding dongs and maybe 2 bags of hot Funyuns, and the whole time the guy's just like, yep, okay, I can get that for you.
I mean, they'll listen. Profit motive. What's he supposed to be driven by?
I don't know. At some point.
Yeah, that's good business. He found a really good customer.
I wonder how long that guy's been doing that, because like, have you ever heard of The Act of Killing? It's like a documentary.
No.
It's by Joshua Oppenheimer, actually, and it's all about he went to Indonesia and he interviewed these people who were in death squads in like the 60s and 70s. Like, they were paid by the government to go around killing communists, pretty much. And he has them like reenact the ways that they're like, we burned down this whole fucking village and we killed like women and children and all that. And he has them through this reenactment kind of like come to terms with like how fucking evil they really are. And like, even though in the moment they were very kind of propagandized to be like, communists are a scourge that needs to be burned out of this fucking country or whatever, really they just committed war crimes. And so through this reenactment, he kind of has them like realize that it's like, holy shit, are we the bad guys? You could do that with the ice cream truck driver as well. You could show him a picture of that guy he's been selling snacks to for 10 years, the first year they met, and he's like 300 pounds lighter. And you're just like, you did this. The only time he leaves the house is to meet you and buy snacks from your truck. He wouldn't have access to it otherwise.
He would have gone somewhere else. It's all over the streets.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as stupid juice goes, I can't put down the cup. My name's Jack, a.k.a. Jokic Joestar. With me, as always, is the world-famous Pablo Escobar, and you are tuned in to the State of the League Patreon edition. Today, we're going to be breaking down the Eastern Conference. The what?
What a blast.
Oh, my God, what a blast. I can't think of anywhere I'd rather be. Maybe on, I don't know, where's a nice place to go?
New Zealand.
Okay. I'm not gonna. I would like to be maybe Iceland. Could be cool right now.
Why did he even ask me? Why did he ask me if he was going to do that to my suggestion?
Well, I didn't know your suggestion was gonna be dumb.
Iceland?
New Ze-
Iceland
New
in
Zealand.
December? That's where you want to be, Iceland?
Yeah, it could be cool. Aurora,
Yeah.
Aurora
Yeah, it'll be cool,
Borealis.
all right.
I'm not a
It'll be cool, all right.
not a baby.
It'll
like
be
you.
it'll be dark too. Reykjavik.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What temperature is it in Iceland right now?
Ooh, maybe I would go to like some really Christmassy village in Europe. That could be the move for sure. And I would record State of the League from there, of course. I'm not
Oh.
missing an episode just cuz I'm out of the country.
Reykjavik climate. You see, you always Google climate. You don't Google weather.
Okay. Good to know, I guess.
Actually, literally in this instance, I should have Googled the weather.
Yeah, you're kind of
Okay, it's only 21 degrees, 22.
Hey, that's not too bad at all. I would do that. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a fucking baby like you. I could put on a second pair of socks and be all right.
And I love, hey guys, I love wearing 4 times the amount of the clothes as normal.
It's called thugging it out.
Reykjavik has 4 to 5 hours of daylight per day. Oh,
That's tough. I don't want to live there. I just, I would visit. It seems nice. Okay. Well, fuck Iceland, fuck New Zealand. Are there any New Zealanders on the Cavs? I know Delhi's Australian, and he was at one point, but I don't know about actively.
I think the only New Zealander is Steven Adams.
Damn. Okay. Well, shout out to Stevie. Shout out to the Rockets, but we're not talking about you guys today. Even though they did get embarrassed by the Warriors last night. I can't believe that. Cavs, since we last talked to them, or talked about them, I guess, they are 3-1. They lost to the Hawks, which we didn't officially write down in our notes, but we recorded the last episode while that second loss to the Hawks was happening. And since then, they've beaten the Celtics, they've beaten the Nuggets, and they've beaten the Wizards. Do you have any thoughts about Cleveland?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. They just gave up 76 points in a game and won comfortably. 76 points in the paint. Against the Nugs. They became a footnote to history, giving up Jokic's 139th career triple-double. And yet they were not, this is from an Athletic article, and yet they were not seriously challenged after halftime in a 126-114 triumph over the Denver Nuggets. And so, even though they got killed in the paint, they won because they made 22 threes and the Nuggets made 6. And so they're just killing people from 3. That's the recipe. They are making 40.5% of their threes and nearly 51% of their shots overall. They have not lost when they make at least 35% of their threes. They have 6 guys shooting better than 40% from 3. So,
damn.
Can the Nuggets beat them in the finals?
The Nuggets could have won this game. They did. They fought like they were down 15, 16 points in the first half, and they fought all the way back. It's more so I don't know. The problem with the Nuggets, not to turn this into like a Nuggets segment, they only have 8 playable guys, and nobody but Jokic can create offense. I will say Michael Porter Jr. has been really good playing off of Jokic all year. He's been like a way better kind of like on ball coming off of Jokic's screens, so getting to little floaters, layups, finishing at the rim, and just in general not being like an immediate pull-up jump shot guy. He's been really good. But yeah, if you're as bad at shooting the 3 as the Nuggets were last night, even if the Cavs just had like a normal night, I'm pretty sure last night they shot like 50% from 3, or they were 50% at one point. They were like 14 of 28 at one point.
Probably something like that. Let me pull it up.
And I mean, so yeah, the ratio I remember, it was on like a graphic. It was like the Nuggets were 1 of 10 and the Cavs were 14 of 28. And so it's, yeah, at that point you're just not going to win that game. I think the Nuggets could probably play better on both ends of the floor, but as far as like making up that 3-point gap, you just have to hope it's an off shooting night for the Cavs, which it wasn't. They Also, the Nuggets were ass in the third quarter. They fought all the way back to have it like tied up going to halftime, and then they came out of the locker room and they just did not give a shit for the entire third. It made me so mad. That's why I don't want to talk about the Nuggets game. I want to talk about the Celtics game. I feel like the Celtics game. Which do you feel like is more impressive? Celtics win with no Derek White and no
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. So neither of those guys or a win over this Nuggets team. Which do you feel like is more impressive?
Honestly, they're kind of comparable to me, because I don't think it proves anything that they beat that Celtics team.
Yeah.
Because part of the nightmare is having to go against Drew Holiday and Derek White.
What, you don't think Drew Holiday and Peyton Pritchard or Drew Holiday and Sam Hauser is the same level of like defensive backcourt?
Sam Hauser's scoring good. No. Yeah, I think the Nuggets are a team that probably won't be in the finals this year. They just don't have the squad. They don't have the depth. And so it doesn't really matter too much how they look versus the Cavs. Well, actually, they did. Jokic was kind of inefficient, right? They played straight up on him, and he was like 27 on 26 shots or something. Let me see.
Something like that. He was 50% from the
27
field.
on 26 shots.
It was
only one free throw.
I mean, I didn't feel like they weren't guarding him in a way that like deserved a ton of free throws. There are nights where he'll take 3 free throws, and like the other team will have like their entire team is 6'8", and they're just hacking the shit out of him. But it doesn't matter because he's 6'7". The whistle never comes. Jared Allen, really good job individually, defensively on Jokic, and in the same way that I said, like you kind of have to hope that it's just like an off night for the Cavs. In the second half, it was an off night for Jokic as far as like shit just rolling off the rim that we constantly glaze. Oh my God, his touch. Oh my God, every time he gets it on the rim, it goes in. And, you know, that happens a lot. But last night, the variance kicked in. And he was probably like 2 of 9 in the second half at one point. But yeah, overall, not a super effective game from him as a scorer or as a passer. And so then that contributes to that thing where you start to look around the rest of the roster for anybody who could do anything with the ball in their hands, and it's pretty desolate.
Yeah. So how many of these Cavs wings were back for that Celtics game? Were any of them?
I think LeVert was back for the Celtics game. If I had to
Did he miss the first one?
The first what?
The first Celtics matchup.
Let me pull up his game log real quick.
But yeah, because Strus is not back, and then Dean Wade did not play in this game. So I'm sure Cavs fans, that was one argument they had the first time, or well, I guess both times around. They're like, hey, we're not fully healthy either. We don't have our guys. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes to the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I think it's just personnel issue.
Yeah, so LeVert did miss that first Boston game, but he was back for the second one. And he's been playing really well. That's one of the things I wrote down. Because in the Nuggets game, depth was on full display. It was like a 43-16 bench scoring deficit. LeVert had 21 on crazy efficiency. Sam Merrill didn't even play well in that game, and the bench still fucking nuked Denver's. So yeah, I feel like that's a testament to how good Cleveland's backup unit is. And then for the Boston win, I wrote down, so they were down 10 with 9 minutes left, and Donovan Mitchell scored 20 points on 128% true shooting to close the game. Pretty much just all, like, difficult three-pointers. Like, they made his life as hard as they could. Drew Holiday, like, if he's just not going to miss off screens, there's not a ton that you could do with the personnel that Boston had available, but it was still a really, really impressive performance regardless. And then, yeah, I wrote down LeVert and Dean Wade are both back. LeVert, since they lost that second game to Atlanta, he's been 15-4-3 on 62% true shooting. He shot 50% from 3 on 5 attempts. And then Wade hasn't really played particularly well in either of the games that he's been back, but he's rusty. Come on. Give him a sec. Jeez. And yeah, other than that, they're just good. All of the same. Darius Garland, 22 and 5 on 1,000,000% true shooting. He doesn't miss floaters. Evan Mobley's still really good. Jared Allen, he's only averaged like 8 points per game over the last 4 games. And it just had like, he's so good at like the rebounding and the defense and everything that just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think the Cavs are a legit really good team. But yeah, just not a tier 1 contender in the East, just solely because of the existence of Boston.
Yeah. I think if you put them into like the Marcus Smart Boston Celtics moments, then that's a team they have a chance against Boston. I don't want to make it sound like there's like no shot or anything. It's just like, even if Porzingis wasn't healthy, the backcourt, I really do feel like Garland would provide a lot of issues defensively, and on the other end, like that backcourt, White and Holiday, it would just be really difficult.
And the Celtics can match or trump their 3-point volume and efficiency, so it's just tough.
And I mean, Peyton Pritchard off the bench. We can get into the Celtics if you want. Let me timestamp this bitch real quick. 16 minutes, okay. Yeah, so the Celtics 2-1 since we last talked to them. Obviously, they lose to the Cavs, but they beat the Heat and the Pistons. Like we said, no Jaylen Brown, no Derek White. I'm not sweating the shit out of this loss. If I'm Boston, it is what it is. It took an otherworldly performance for the Cavs to pull it out. It's impressive for them, but it's not. The sky is not falling. Peyton Pritchard, 19 or more points in 5 straight games. The last 5. He's averaged 23, 5, and 3 assists on 72% true shooting off the bench, shooting 46% from 3 on 11 attempts a game. In that span, he is 3rd on the team in points per game, 1st in 3-point percentage, 1st in 3-point attempts, and 1st in 3-point makes. What the fuck is this light?
As a lifelong, it's hitting my mosaic window. As a lifelong Peyton Pritchard doubter, I'm down. He's playing out of his mind. It was funny. There's a video that I made when he got his contract extension, where I was like, yeah, I think he's a nice guy. I just wouldn't pay him this money. I think there's other guys you could get for cheaper, like Ty Jerome. And so I was. It was an L, but it was still a W because it's Ty Jerome. But there were also plenty of other L's in there for Cassius Winston. Rest in peace.
Did he die?
But yeah. No. He's just not that good anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard is playing balls to the walls. He's got to be the 6th man of the year favorite right now. He's like 68% true shooting on the year.
Mm-hmm.
And the Celtics are just the Celtics. They're too much. Porzingis in his 4 games back, 21, 8, and 2 on 63% true shooting. Sam Hauser, when they pop him into the starting lineup, he drops 20.
Yeah.
5 of 10 from 3. They're 9-0 when he has 20 points. So the Celtics are the Celtics. These are boring guys. These are boring, evil guys.
The only reason they matter is because their coach is a fucking psychopath. That's it. It doesn't even feel like Porzingis has necessarily had like a real nuclear game back yet. Where like there was a few last year where the Celtics would have a stretch of games where it's like, oh, Celtics won 5 straight again, and then on the 6th game, you would then get like Porzingis 33 points on like 16 shots or something, and every touch was just like an isolation turnaround jumper that he didn't miss. And those, I mean, in terms of like kind of being like demoralizing, just kind of like, what are we doing? Who can beat this team? Those wins, they move me a lot internally. So it doesn't feel like we've gotten one of those from Porzingis yet. And really in the playoffs last year, they didn't need those to stomp the entire league. But it's still interesting when they happen, I guess.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a dynasty.
They're in the middle of my face is what they're doing.
Oh, get them out of there.
Yeah, goddamn. I agree with you, though, that Peyton Pritchard's Sixth Man of the Year favorite. That way, if Celtics fans are like, you guys barely talked about us. I can't do it, boss. How do you? You guys barely talked about us.
That's how they think they sound.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so who's next? The Magic. Okay, that's a fun team to talk about. So last time we talked to them, they beat the Bulls. Oh, shit, I didn't write down how many games they've won since then, but I know they lost to the Nets, and then they beat the 76ers. Franz he continues to hoop. He's been balling out. 35.7 rebounds on 64% true shooting, despite going 1 of 6 from 3. Against Philadelphia. He got to the line, I think he went 10 of 10 at the free throw line. He's gotten to the line 9+ times, 3 times in the last 4 games. So 3 of the last 4 games, 9 or more free throw attempts. They say you could tell a superstar in the making by their free throw rate. That's what they say. You know, how much does he get to the line? If it's Franz, that's pretty good. All right, and that was the trailer for this week's Patreon episode of the State of the League podcast. You can go to patreon.com/State of the League to find this episode, plus every other one we've ever put up on there. Join a Discord and get access to a bunch of different fun perks, as well as supporting me, Jack, Jokic Joestar, as well as Pablo Escobar financially. So thank you very much. Go check that out, please, and thank you.